Microphone check 1 2. This is yours truly, Maximus of the Brothers of Steel, and it's all about Wednesday. So Wednesday is all about game talk with Dartfred and Forsaken, or should I say Forsaken and Dartfred? Doesn't matter. So tonight, we are gonna do some. We'll be doing some interesting topics tonight. We'll be tackling Battlefield 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2. Hey guys, you there?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm here.
So what's the scenario, guys? What is happening in the week of news?
Fred, you wanna take it?
Alright, cool. Well, during this week we had our second closed alpha, with Battlefield 5. So, for those who are, game changers in the Battlefield community, or those who were lucky enough to get a code for PC only though, they played the second round of the alpha, where DICE would have tackled a few bugs that would have been reported in the first closed alpha for Battlefield 5. We're supposed to be getting our open beta early September, so I'm looking forward to that. But what is actually surprising is that some analysts on this stated that the pre-orders for Battlefield 5 are quite weak, and I don't know, if it's still enough about because of the backlash with the release trailer. A few are stating that, few others saying that they want a modern game again, so they don't want to fight in World War II. And then, well, I guess a few others are like me, just skeptical, because I advocate for the franchise. Yes, I support the franchise, but I myself have not pre-ordered as yet, because I'm waiting until the beta to see exactly what I'm getting. So that's my reasoning for why I didn't pre-order as yet.
Well, in my book, Battlefield 5, Battlefield on the whole is a game I really love. And to see the hate for it now, especially when I moved from Call of Duty over to it, it's depressing in truth. But yeah, I was vividly one of those who, not vividly, avidly. What's the word for it? I can't find the word for it. I may have used it wrong, but I was one of them who was disappointed in the launch of the game. Well, the trailer for the game, especially after they came out so strong with Battlefield 1, which was labeled by many as the COD killer, and in reality, although the sales of Call of Duty was good, you could say Battlefield 1 was a COD killer in the sense that Call of Duty went so far to change the launch date for their game to an earlier time to avoid being launched directly with Battlefield 5. But say what we had, where one of the execs, I believe, the executives for EA, who's also leaving, said that the pre-order sales area was weak. And we could actually throw it back to the video we made earlier, Fred, where we talked about the backlash from the trailer. And I think we've reached the point now where many gamers, particularly casual gamers, aren't going to buy the game if the trailers aren't pulling them. And even we are skeptical of the game. I mean, we bought the game immediately from pre-order from the launch trailer
with Battlefield 1.
With Battlefield 1 and we're skeptical about buying it now, even though we know we followed with the community and actually read up on it, and we know all the content and features they plan to bring that makes Battlefield 5 completely different and revamped from 4, and even we don't know if we're gonna get it.
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not saying that I want to get a Battlefield game, if you understand what I'm saying, but I will get it. But the reason why I want to test the beta is because, you see, the game sold me not on the trailer, but the content that they want to implement. As I will always tell everybody, everybody Battlefield 5 looks just like Battlefield 1. It's just like a reskin, this, that, the other. And I'm like, visually, sure, it looks the same. You understand? But content-wise, that's the difference. Because I could then say, every single Call of Duty looks like a reskin from the previous Call of Duty. Yet you still buy it, and it's not even to say that they offer new content or graphically it is enhanced in any way. by all means, it's the same. So for them to say that I'm biased towards Battlefield in terms of that, they're wrong, because the content that they want to implement is what is like I'm really and truly intrigued and interested in. But my main reason why I have not pre-ordered is because I don't want to say, all right, cool. I just don't want to repeat of the Star Wars incident with me. You understand? So I want to play the beta first and see if I will actually enjoy the beta, and then I'll be like, okay, cool. Then I will pre-order, because I had to force myself to play the beta in Star Wars, expecting something different when it launched. And as we all know, basically betas, many people will be like, it's not the final product, but technically it is kind of the final product. It is what you will be like getting. Sure, they may fix one or two issues that players may have faced or had, but most of the time that is exactly the game that you'll be getting. So I don't know. I think once the open beta is out, and many people remember the open beta is free, you don't have to pre-order anything. So shame on Call of Duty, slap on the hands for them for having to pre-order the game in order for you to get a code. The open beta will be free, and we will be covering the open beta. We'll be streaming, we'll make some videos as our our review on it. But I really and truly I am looking towards that. But I'm just leaving it up there.
I will be more than likely, Fred, me and you will do a live stream when we do the open beta for the game. Would I say I would pre-order Battlefield? I may buy the basic edition. I'm not sure if I'll go all out like I usually do to get the gold edition, which is what most games would consider the most gold or ultimate edition of the game, which I usually pick up. But then again, Battlefield, even with all its faults, I know the changes they made earlier on to Battlefield 1, which they went back and reverted, where they changed my favorite gun, the Martini Henry, caused me to drop off of the game for a long time, long enough for Fred to over level now, and he will not drop that point. But
I have not dropped. So.
Yeah, catch him out, Fred. We're not going there. Shut up. But yeah, I think just the fact that it's Battlefield, and I kind of love the tactical element of it, which is one of the core concepts that make me want to buy this game. I think I'm still gonna get it. As I say, I'm not sure if it's gonna be a pre-order, waiting for the beta, just like Fred, to play it and see if I'll enjoy it as much, or if it's not gonna be that much of a difference from Battlefield 1. I could afford to wait for a Christmas sale or a decrease in pricing for the game. But we'll see. But more importantly, we had to figure out what's causing the poor pre-order sales, because come on, Fred, I mean, although we had the argument about it, because you made a vivid point that there are lots of content update to come, and I clearly pointed out the trailer caused the downfall. Can you come out now and agree with me that is 100% poor trailers that led to it, or you still want to go out and say that how people just didn't go and find out more information on it that led to this?
No, remember, I will still stand by my point of view. I'm not saying that the trailer was great, and your reasoning behind it was because of the implementation of the female soldier.
It is.
I stated sure, by all means. However, it is just basically to show that it is like a customer. It's a choice.
Choice,
I will still stand by that. Because a lot of gamers are like, they're like, oh, you said that, you'll be authentic and implementing this, that, the other. And as we are in the 21st century, trailers do sell us games at this point in time. I mean, sure, we have basically reviews or, betas and alphas and whatnot, but basically a trailer is what sells a game. these days, you know, it is what it hypes up the market, that a lot of people don't know, like, yeah, I'm gonna buy that. Because, I mean, yo, that's like the only main reason why I can actually see people, and even like, let's say, for example, Call of Duty, saying that, you know, they want to pre-order Call of Duty. As soon as like a trailer drop, they're like, oh my gosh, like, yo, and then they go and pre-order without having any further information or knowledge on the game. So I'm still standing and saying that, yo, at the end of the day, the trailer was not a true representation of what the game is, and I think a lot of people, they are being misguided by the trailer, in terms that they allow the trailer to become, and they judge the game based off of the trailer, not again saying that the trailers are not important towards hype. But at the end of the day, it could be a factor, but I don't want to say that that is the main factor. To me, I just think it would be a lot of gamers are skeptical as to, like, you know, what we're getting ourselves into. Plus, also, there are a lot of games that are coming out around that same time, more than usual. I mean, we even have Spider-Man, we have Assassin's Creed. If you want, you can search for the Call of Duty there. Even Red Dead, which we'll be tackling later as well. So, I mean, with all these games that are coming out, like, I'm in myself in a pickle right now, where it's like, yo, these games are coming out like back to back. I mean, Spider-Man is in September, Battlefield and Assassin's Creed is in October. You understand what I'm saying? You may have something that drops November, December, and even if you get all those games, it's like, when you get any time to play these games, all games may have events that you may want to jump on and play. So it is really and truly, you know, I just think that is also another factor in terms of, like, when they're just watching or what is budgeted, you know, which will take priority, which one, you know, is preference, how we're going to tackle these stuff, all that jazz.
I'm going to disagree with today on one point. I think 100% is due to the trailer. That is why the sales are so bad, because Battlefield 1, which considered one of their best sales ever in relation to Battlefield, literally wrecked their competition based off of the trailer. The trailer was a hit. I mean, the content and things were spoken for themselves in the trailer. They didn't need to come out and make excuses or talk about it or try to explain the trailer afterward. It was like, yeah, we see what we're getting. We're seeing it. And we didn't have to come and tell us what grand operation and all this extra content and stuff, which would be different from Battlefield 4. It was like, in your face, look, we're showing you larger maps. We're showing you train passing through the map, destroying everything left, right, and center. People controlling it. Planes back to World War One and all the stuff about it. The trailer itself sold the game and literally brought about large amounts of pre-orders. But when 5 came out, it was a huge backlash with people like, we don't want this, we don't care about this, why are you showing us this nonsense? It was like you're forcing an ideology in people's head.
I don't say it's not that we didn't want it, I just think
we didn't want it.
No, it's
we did
like,
not want it.
Okay, what did you not want?
Gender.
So then you Texas.
I don't care what you call it. My views are supported by the fact that the sales are weak.
But you see, and there's people like that is the kind of like mindset thinking that, you know, now I can understand, and don't take me wrong. I understand your views and your feelings, but at the end of the day, it's like
Fred making me out to the bad guy. People just remember that.
No,
he's
at the
depressed
end
about last week.
No, at the end of the day, it's still a matter of, yo, it's just this is like choice, yo. You understand what I'm saying? No, and as I told you, I said from.
But it's not the ideology was forced on people, head.
Yeah, I don't want to always say that it was forced.
It was forced.
Saying forced is like, they're like, yo, you have to accept this, that, the other. And I don't want to give it to them to be like, yo, they're forcing it on with thing. it's just like, you know, something new that they're trying to show and be like, yo, okay, now it's like a choice. You understand? I mean, like Battlefield 1 had female characters, but I liked how they implemented the female characters in Battlefield 1 compared to what they're doing with Battlefield 5. I'm not going to say no. I mean, with Battlefield 1, you had female soldiers, but they were only in with the Russians. And that is historically accurate because they actually had sniper or scout class division with women soldiers fighting on the Russian side, so I can understand that. With Battlefield 1, as I said, I mean, hear me, Battlefield 1, with Battlefield 5, as I said, if they showed a French woman, I would have been okay with that. If they because then I would be like, oh, she's just a resistance fighter. Okay, cool, understandable. But they showed like a British woman, so that is where I'm like, yo, okay, I didn't necessarily like that. I didn't feel that element. I didn't understand it. But I'm not gonna be like, it's because, you know, they're like, yo, they're forcing women, they're implementing women in World War II. That's disrespectful for all the men.
Getting rid of the historical accuracy, people. That's why they don't like it.
Well, and as I said, it's just maybe it's a choice. Like I'm not saying that if I choose the medic class on a particular thing that I have to play as a woman. Or support, I have to play. You understand? Like if you spawn different times,
we don't know nothing yet.
Exactly, and that's why I'm saying that I'm skeptical. Now, if it's proven or if it's shown that it's not a choice anymore, and if you spawn, you may spawn as a male soldier now, and then if you respawn, you spawn as a female soldier, then I'll be like, well, I don't like that, and I don't appreciate that. But if it's not
get
like
rid of all the freedom.
Well, it's not really get rid of all of freedom, but if it's not like that, then I'll be like, well, okay, cool, I understand. So I just, you see, we can all talk about why it says me dog, and fuck me up, was it to be dog and all that. But at the end of the day, I don't think that, you know, it's early. Who knows when they pick up after the beta? A lot of people may be waiting on the beta. So
no. We can legitimately, Fred. We could go out of a limb here. Well, I particularly could go out on a limb here and say it's literally because of that why people aren't doing it. Not to be sexist, because you already called me sexist, just because I say that is why, but forget the females for a second. Just watch the trailer on a whole. We already did a video where we covered this and stuff, but we're going to tackle it a bit later on when we go into Red Dead Redemption 2, but how they came back later on with the second trailer and how they talked about the, as you say, the content and stuff to come along with it, it wasn't a good comeback to why people backlash about the first video in the first place. And if you remember, during our earlier video, I talked about it where one of the members of development came out and said they're not focusing on historical accuracy no more. They're coming more for fun, and they don't really care about what much of the gamers think, or something along the lines like that, which was what he said. And you told me, I can't remember what you told me, because it was a while back we did the video, and I was like, that's going to lead to a big backlash, because the only thing that set Battlefield apart from Call of Duty was legitimately being as close to historically accurate as possible while keeping the high-paced, fun combat the game out in the game. And if you remove that, what's separating Battlefield from Call of Duty? And might I add, people, I have played the Call of Duty beta and it sucked. The game is terrible. If you guys buy it, something is wrong with you. And I take back my thoughts about the game, depending on whatever you guys want to get it. Now, I'm going back with Fred and I'm going to agree with him. The game sucked. It was terrible. Max can agree with me.
No. You guys need to make a video. I want to see a video.
No. Nobody needs to see poor content.
I want you all. See, because of is you and Max who played, I want you all to sit down and write a nice short little essay and explain to me as to why I would fight.
No, we did a video with Fred. We screened from the point. We did a video about it. Me and you, we both did a video about it. We both did our views, And I also said in the video from before, you guys can look back at that video later on. It's called I think the topic was it's quality for with the pre-order or to get it. But I said in the video, quality was a high-paced close combat game, not really for the tactical sense. And we played the beta, and it literally wasn't for the tactical sense. It was like, save up your money. I think we played Heist and some Capture the Flag, and I think Deathmatch or something else was the next one we played. And Heist was literally the more kills you get earlier on in the first round, you start off with just the pistol, and the more kills you get more money, so you could buy more powerful guns, particularly sniper rifle, and you could kill people to buy armor and stuff later on. Every round, you would reset your gears and stuff, and you had to buy it over. Capture the Flag was if you knew the map, and a lot of people who played the beta, well, most of them who got the closed alpha or who pre-ordered the game already and knew the map, you could take advantage of it to go around the back and attack people, attack teams and wipe them out and stuff. And the same for the deathmatch. Is like, it's, I don't know how to say it. It was bad, like really bad. The aiming was off. You had to go into the settings to adjust your sensitivity and stuff. We played it on PC because only PC had it free for those who only Blizzard app, and it wasn't really good. But enough of that. We talked about it, but it isn't worth it. But Battlefield 4, I'm coming out again and say it. Battlefield was always a great game. I think most of you guys will pick it up. Although the pre-orders are weak, and I'm saying I won't get it, may not get it. I'm contradicting myself. I'm definitely going to get it anyhow, whether it's bad or not. Come on, it's Battlefield. And Fred will be playing it. So I have squad mates to play the game with, so it's not like I'll be playing it by myself. So I'm still waiting for the beta, and once me and Fred get the beta, we will do a video about it. We'll tell all your views, our personal views on it. Although you can find other gamers' views on it. Me and Fred try to be as objective as possible, except with Call of Duty. Fred hates Call of Duty. And we'll talk about it, and we'll tell you guys if we believe you guys should pre-order it or if you guys shouldn't bother with it at all. And I guess that's it. We're wrapping up for Battlefield, and we're going to get ready to go into Red Dead, unless you have anything else to say, Fred?
No, I think, we can start like Red Dead, Red Dead Redemption 2 by Rockstar is also another big hitting game for 2018, contenders, Game of the Year. God of War, now we have Red Dead, along with maybe a few others, but these are the games that, took, and it's surprisingly, the games that are really and truly between us that are competing for Game of the Year are games that took quite a while in development, if you understand what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't rushed, it wasn't announced this year for next year. Like, we never knew when we would have gotten a new God of War game. We never knew when we would have gotten maybe a Red Dead Redemption 2. Same
Monster Hunter, although Monster Hunter was teased a bit.
Remember, it was teased, but it was also predicted in terms of like the last Monster Hunter game that we got was quite a long while back, and like utilizing the current gen system, we didn't get anything on the current gen. So I was like, if they don't utilize this, no, it would have been really actually a wasted opportunity. But with Red Dead, Rockstar took their time, they developed the game, you understand, and so far from the slight gameplay that we also saw the other day and what they were talking about, we're in for a lot. I mean, like, graphically, they got horse balls. Which game actually took time to animate the balls, the testicle of a horse, like legit?
Dude, what the fuck?
That is the extent that they went. If you understand what I'm saying, like, they took their time, and that's what a lot of game developers these days and big companies are not doing. They're not taking the time. Like, if it takes 5 years to make a great game, then take it 5 years to make a great game, because you know why? 5 years means that you took it, your heart, you're concentrated, you give it your all, and it will be forever talked about and forever praised. That is
Fred, just for 1 second, as you talk about that, great games take long to make. Let's take a moment to reflect on this and talk about the fact that Grand Theft Auto 5 has sold a ridiculous amount of copies.
How much copies did it sell again in 2018 for it to be in? I think now it's about 5 years. The game is like about 5 years old now, if I'm not mistaken, and people are still buying it. You understand? Like, I'm being real with you. The only reason why I didn't get Grand Theft 5 was because I was looking at the life cycle of a game, and when I got my PlayStation, it would have been nearing the end, so I would have thought that, you know, Grand Theft Auto would have died. But like, look at it now, like 5 years, yo, they're doing something good. And
Yeah,
again,
it's ridiculous how much copies they sold. 95 million copies sold to this date, and sometimes it even tops the console game charts for best game sold for like the month, the most copies sold. That's how great it is, and that's because of the long development time.
so you understand? So like, yo, I respect Grand Theft. And I am looking forward to like Red Dead. I may not buy it, you know, but I'm looking for it at it in terms of like the quality that they're gonna bring and they're gonna offer in terms of story-based elements that,
Yeah,
you know, the maybe the multiplayer along with it. Though the multiplayer may run like a Grand Theft with with a Western team, but it's still like it's a lot to really actually talk about. And if we were supposed to like go into details and in depth in terms of every single aspect as to why a lot of companies should look at games such as like Red Dead and even God of War and like take a lot of notes, it will take up a lot of time. But like Red Dead is really and truly in good hands, I must say, and it's looking beautiful. It's coming along great.
I'm definitely picking up Red Dead because I don't know if you guys follow us on our page and stuff, but I firmly believe, and it's coming out in time to contend for Game of the Year. And Red Dead has done something I've always talked about with, especially with Max. I wish Max was here right now to talk with me and agree, but where I pointed out the immersion in games, high quality games that bring you back to constantly play it over and over. Monster Hunter has it, God of War has it, Legend of Zelda, the most recent edition has it. These Witcher has it, yeah, Breath of the Wild. Witcher 3 has it. Hopefully Fallout 76 may have it. We're not sure. But these lifestyle features in the game are what make us want to come back and play the game, are what defines Game of the Year game. With a few exceptions like Overwatch, although it did not lifestyle choices. It was a great game and readily deserved its Game of the Year from some people. But these little choices in the game that separate it from others and make you want to play it and spend so much hours into it, I think that's what makes a great game. And from watching, you could watch the trailer for Red Dead as it's playing right now as we're speaking. You see those little things in it. Imagine you're playing the game and you're riding your horse, going up to somebody, and you have a choice to be nice to them, greet them nicely, antagonize them, threaten them. You know, all those little things in games people are talking about, I don't really care about it. But they play in a game and you do story missions and you know every single action you do affects the story later on and how people look at you. It gives you the feeling of, I want to play this game over. I want to look at it if I play it differently. If I'm not good at talking to people, always being a peacekeeper, avoiding fights. How would it be if I go all out and I'm like violent and I'm like, no, I'm gonna kill this guy, I'm gonna threaten that guy, I'm not gonna care about the law. And these things are what makes great game, Fred.
True, you know, like dialogue wheel, you understand? Like I always say like, okay, if I start this here now, when I come back to play I will say something differently, and what will be the outcome, you understand what I'm saying? I mean, Horizon Zero Dawn did it as well. and it even showed that single player games are not dead. So I mean, with Red Dead, I am looking, forward and towards its launch. How well received it will be by the community, and again, being a gamer, as we all know, is quite hard, because obviously if you do follow us, we are all gamers, and we all know how much money we spend on games, upkeep, all these sorts of stuff. So it to me, I think I'm seeing Red Dead as being a good investment. It's value for your money, so you can't go wrong. But I don't want to give the game too much of a high praise right now. Yeah, if you understand what I'm saying, I still want to be. I don't want to be like other YouTubers and they, because because this is who's making it, it will be amazing and it will be a great game. But from what we're seeing so far, I have to give Jack and the length that it took in the development as well. You understand? So I'm looking at it like that.
Yeah, as I told you, and I've told you guys, especially for E3 episode, I love immersion. This is what I want to see from games. I want to see that besides the story content, forget multiplayer. Multiplayer is fun, and attempts at making multiplayer only game, Call of Duty, I'm pointing at you. Fortnite, your terrible standalone free version of what just call it? A survival crap. Battle Royale nonsense. Terrible. Fortnite, you're terrible. You're a terrible game. Flat. I don't care what people say. I don't care how popular it is. I don't care how you're causing kids to thief their parents' credit card to spend money to buy a shit ton of cosmetics. You're a terrible game. The hitbox is ridiculous. And for somebody who played the Save the World edition and pre-ordered it, and it wasn't that bad. It was passable. But focus on the Save the World edition, improve on it, get people to play that co-op version of it, and you can try to keep up your. I think you already made enough money from your Battle Royale to warrant a probable sequel. You've reached the heights, you're not going to get higher than what you're going to reach. Move along. Because as great as that is, you'll never win awards and you'll never be considered for the best trophy that all games aim for, that allows you to come back later and sell your game at full price once more without worrying about deduction in sales. That's why Grand Theft Auto 5 is continuing selling strong and selling at full price, and nobody complains about it. Quality over quantity. And Red Dead Redemption, Fred, mark my words, if no other games deserve Game of the Year besides Monster Hunter and God of War, Red Dead Redemption 2 more than likely will take the title. Although it's going to come out late and most people might complain against it, just the amount of dedication Rockstar puts into all of their games, and for these minor features that most people are giving a meh to, you'll see for yourself those little things are what gonna make you excited about the game, because it gives replayability. It's going to make you come back and play this game over and over and over. Legit, the only thing Rockstar could have done more to guarantee this a 10 out of 10 across board flat. It's still gonna get 10 out of 10 for most people, and I'm gonna get the game, I'm gonna do a review, and I'm gonna do a stream. Max might follow me because it has multiplayer content. I'm gonna convince Fred to get this game because Fred made me waste money on No Man's Sky. Fred, you're gonna pick up this game just to play the the multiplayer co-op missions.
When it drops to $30, I'll get.
But guys, the only thing Rockstar could have done differently to make this game a complete RPG single-player rendition of a third-person shooter would be the ability for you to customize your main character in the single-player content. They'll allow you to make your own customized character for the online features, like what they did with Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm pretty sure that's what they're going to aim for. But if you could have done like, Mass Effect, where you create your own characters, have the choice for male or female. I'm not sexist, Fred. Have the choice for male or female characters, and create, your own custom character to play the story and make your choices. That's like the last step Rockstar needs to make a true RPG. But they go so far with their stories and they do so well with it. I think Rockstar could be forgiven for that. And the game's so good just with that. I'm telling you guys, it's basically game of the year right here. The game isn't out, and Forsaken, me giving you guys my vote of confidence that it's gonna take game of the year. Unless Fred, you think some other game's gonna beat it.
I'm still rooting for God of War.
Nah, I think even Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, which looks really great. I don't think any game's gonna beat Rockstar's game for game of the year right now.
Well,
It's too great of a story, Fred. It's too good.
One time we will see.
I don't think Rockstar's ever disappointed us with any game they've come out. And
well,
go ahead, Fred.
anything else? No, I was just gonna ask if you had anything else now. That you wanted to add, see anything of the sort.
I think I can't talk about it much more than this, guys. I think Rockstar. Oh yes, as with the title of our show, we're gonna talk about what we think between these two threads in regards to how a game should be launched. I think Battlefield could learn, DICE could learn a lot from Rockstar's launch trailer and their original launch trailer for Battlefield 1 on how they could improve on what they did, especially with the Battlefield 5 launch. We know they're going to release a new trailer tomorrow, hopefully to tackle the hate they got from the original first trailer. And I'm hoping they learned from the community, from all the little comments and things people talked about it, and improve the new trailer and give us a groundbreaking trailer that could, get back the love for it and improve the pre-order sales. But I'm not sure they're going to be able to achieve that. And with what Rockstar did with their Red Dead Redemption, they went so far as to do the small trailer. They had the 2-minute trailer where they just showed like brief concepts of the game. They didn't really talk about the content. And then they did a 6-minute trailer where they went into all these stuff you could see and possibly do in the game. Having the camp where you meet up with the members of your band to talk about stuff, plan robberies, how you deal with bounties and stuff, how you do the hunting. I love how they did the hunting in this game. It's no longer you have like an invisible inventory. And as I said, these are the small changes in the game that makes it replayable and makes you spend additional minutes and hours in it, especially with the hunting and the tracking. Like you actually see him hunt a deer, pick up the deer, and you see them holding the deer alone. In older games, you might kill and skin a bunch of animals, 5, 6, 7 animals, and you'll see him. You won't see him really carrying the carcasses, but in this, you're actually toting the carcasses, put it on your horse, and then riding into town to sell it. And as I said, those little things are what makes a great game.
Indeed.
Yeah, and
I just think, in terms of it, for Red Dead, they took the time, and I will always stress that time is important, which is why, to me, if Call of Duty is supposed to become great once more and be a good FPS game, they need to take time. And I will always tell people, I do not want to hear people tell me that there are 3 different studios are working on Call of Duty game, because I'm not seeing the quality of a game that is being taken 3 years in the making. I'm sorry to say, on a stream, I showed and I break it down. Even though you may pull resources on you from the, let's say, update and patching of a game to then start development on another game, you're still not seeing that element that, yo, this was a game that took 3 years in the making. Again, I can always say there's no campaign in Black Ops 4. If you had 3 years in the making, you would have had your campaign already, you would have had your story, but instead you wanted to implement a battle royale game mode that is not even a year old in terms of popularity. So that shows, and that in itself is supposed to be like flags, like red flags and signals to indicate that, yo, these people do not take the 3 years that they supposedly say to make their games. They make it within, let's say, a year and a half, and then just release it and hope for the best. So if Call of Duty stops, if you want to do it like Assassin's Creed for 1 year on your break, do a remaster and just sell that, you understand? Just and actually take your time off to develop and change your game and formula. Then, so that's what a lot of game companies could take from Red Dead in terms of, like, let's see, when it launches, obviously we will play it. Well, you will play it, and then you will be able to give the final judgment, you know, stamp and seal of approval in terms of, like, yo, okay, they took the time, and you know, the years that they took developing this game was totally worth it. But that's basically it for me and my view on Red Dead. For Battlefield, I'm just waiting for the beta before I pre-order, before I buy the game. But in terms of upcoming content and material for the page, what do we really and truly have planned for the future, so we can tell them in case people are not looking forward to? Oh, this Friday we will looking to do something a little special. It may not be Fortnite, so to those who are interested in Fortnite, sorry, we may not be tackling Fortnite this Friday. We plan something a bit different, so look forward and tune in for that. You know, I don't know, co B team. So those who have been with us for the longest while, or for quite a while, like in our beginnings, they may have a slight idea in terms of when we reference B team, but as all the information I'll be giving as of now, just look forward to the B team this Friday. Anything
Yeah,
else?
that's about it, guys. Next week, look forward to it. We'll be tackling an interesting topic that might leave some controversies with most people. We'll be doing the crossplay for. We'll be doing our views, our personal views on crossplay, and lastly, we'll be talking about Jim and how Jimmy has finally lifted the ban on Nazi in video games.
Nazi
That's about it.
symbolism.
Yeah,
Symbolism.
Nazi symbolism. Yeah, so that's about it, guys, for Game Talk. We'll be seeing you guys around. Don't forget, Friday we have a special event for you all, and next week we'll see how we deal in Game Talk. That's it, I guess. Max.
Maximus!
Max, you there?
Zone! Danger zone! Oh man. Maximus! Oh, he's sleeping around.
Yeah, I think Max busy, so we have to talk a bit for stream.
Oh boy. Wait. You can't just like cut it. Anybody else now do like danger zone? Barry! Maximus! Okay. What else does it talk about? Like what we could do?
Has Max come back?
I don't think so. Yeah, that's it for the stream.
So
Sign
we-
us out.
Okay. Well, guys, don't forget, you can always check out our next Game Talk every week, right, Wednesday, right here on the Brothers of Steel. Don't forget to look out. This Friday, we have something very, very special. We actually gonna have, what was it, Frederick?
Don't bust it.
Don't bust it.
No, that was.
Alright, guys, well, I'll just generally say, let me just pause the music here. Look out for the Brothers of Steel this Friday. We'll be having something very special for you this Friday, so stay tuned, okay? So this has been yours truly, Maximus, Forsaken, and Dot Fred. This has been Game Talk. Check us out next week.
All right.